I'm Daryl Barker and married to Kim for 30 years now. We have two daughters. Our first daughter is Lydia, and she is married to Derek and live in Knoxville, Tennessee.
And she's 27.
And she is 27 years old. Mm-hmm.
And our youngest daughter is Madeline, and she's married to Jacob, and Madeline is 24.
I would say the most difficult would probably be, as parents, we wanted to be very dedicated parents. And so being involved and active in all their activities. And so that stretched us thin at many times with all the activities. So that'd probably be the most difficult, is just balancing everything through parenthood.
I think one of the difficult things is just realizing when you have children that they're unique individuals, and kind of figuring out how each one of them ticks, and their interests are different, and the things that they like are different, and how you parent them, even though you want to be the same, you want to be fair, I guess, you're not always the same in how you do things. So I think it's just kind of realizing that aspect.
We were focused on each other. We dated a lot through the entire time. And so just because you're having kids, again, I mentioned at one point that we were married 3 years before having kids. We wanted to be best friends before having kids for that next chapter, realizing that we're going to have kids for about 20 years. They're going to move on, hopefully, and they did. And we've got the rest of our lives together. And so we're best friends, and we'll remain best friends.
And I think another good aspect is that we were always each other's ally in the area of parenting. We were, unified on what we did, and we never, not that there were a lot of, opportunities where they did pit us against each other, but, we always came out at a unified, with decisions. And I think that that's what makes a strong marriage, because if you allow all of those things to get in between you, then it's not possible to have a strong marriage.
Enormous role. Faith was incredible. It was a lot of prayer. Every day, a lot of prayer. We started praying for them before they were born, and continue to pray for them now. Started praying for their spouses when they were just babies, not knowing what the name will be of the spouse, but just praying along the entire way.
Yeah, and I think just, praying that, like we talked about their uniqueness, but we really believe that God, gifted each of them, and so helping us to raise them with those unique talents and abilities, and not trying to force something else.
God's in control. Do what you can, but realize that God's got it, and just give it to God.
I think it's just knowing that it's okay. That we mess up all the time. There are no instruction books. You get more instructions from IKEA than you do from anybody about raising children. Even though there's a ton of books out there, you don't get any instructions. So I think it's just give yourself a break. Don't be so hard on yourselves. You're not the worst parent in the world. And, I remember when I had our oldest daughter, and we'd gone to church, and she was just so small in the carrier. And I said to a friend, I said, I don't know what to do. And she was like, you're all that she needs. And I think it was that's something good to remember.